YT comment. None offspring for me. Thanks. July 11, 2026. Reflective Rambles YouTubes. Start time, 9 p.m. Writing hand. Khadija's chaotic thoughts are always so chewy. I love this topic. I love that they covered it. They look flawless as always, and I appreciate the time with those products and that voice. It dropped at an interesting time, considering I'm dog-sitting tank for the week, so I'm trusted to watch a canine, but I doubt I'd consider an offer to human watch. I know it's not a brag, but also, I'm a 36-year-old black cis woman. I've never changed a diaper in my life, a fact of which I am very proud. When people ask why I don't want kids, the first thought that pops into my mind is, because I want to be selfish with my freedom. A few random men in or near Walmart have asked me a few times now if I have a boyfriend, then followed up with why not? After I was like, nah, I got a dog. TBH, I don't have the energy to want to care about someone else enough to risk getting my whole life heart getting obliterated again. I don't want to grieve another set of now dead to me relationships. I'm good. I appreciate supervised, controlled interactions with a small human class, but I am fine with rejecting the responsibilities of being charged with creating and caretaking one of my own. In the morning show stream this morning, somehow the concept of OME not liking dogs came up in quick conversation. He corrected the sentiment saying that he likes that you like your dog but that dogs in general don't really do much for him. And I thought to myself, that's exactly it. I like my dog. I generally don't care much about other dogs, not like I do for Mugen anyway. And to be fair, some days, I don't even like him. I wouldn't want to be a parent to a human where I carry the guilt of not liking them. I wouldn't want to give my offspring concept of a sense of what it feels like to not be liked by their parent. It's a pretty shitty feeling. Mugen's a dog. I can yell curse words at him in high-pitched tones, and his nub wags just the same. Plus, he's got a pretty powerful sad puppy dog eye stare. The eyebrows don't help. My ex's nephew's birthday was a few days ago. I wonder if I'll ever forget that. Next to my second cousin, who's grown and has a child of her own now. He's the smallest/youngest human I've ever held. I was scared both times and frozen stiff with fear. He mostly reminds me of Puerto Rico, running around in his diaper and Crocs at the top of El Yunk. Man, that descent was brutal. Damn. This turned into a word vomits a little bit. Back on track. Tappy tap tap. There wasn't much throughout the video that I didn't really agree with or find difficult to understand. Most of these notes are kind of verbatim of what was presented. Maybe they'll help me remember what I wanted to type about. Let's see. Gonna have to start treating each other with more compassion. Compassion seems like it could go a long way. When I ventured to the DBSA support group in not Denver. What's the name of it? Boulder. When I ventured to the DBSA support group in Boulder, I remember asking about the concept of practicing compassion. They confirmed there's enough of a nuance to it to categorize it as something different from kindness or positivity. Something I'm not sure I'd stop to chew on the difference of before then. It was easy to accept it once I was aware of its distinctions. Dad showed compassion the other day when we were going into Walmart. A woman had rolled a television, too large to fit in the cart, uphill into the parking lot. He walked over and helped her transfer it into the trunk, wished her well, and hoped she had someone at home to help unload it. I thought to myself, the irony of all the associates all sporting happy to help on their backs. They commiserated over the injustice. She said she waited forever to even get someone to help her load it into the cart to purchase it. There's also a touch of something as to how wide the disconnect is between the people who designed that campaign, that vest, that motto, and the people upon whose backs actually have to wear them. How when I started my first job as a grocery clerk, they actually gave you 2 shirts and you were responsible for your own khakis. Now you just get a vest and damage to your own clothes that you buy from, wherever you buy them. IDK. That dad was able to help her load her TV into the car felt like compassion for her circumstance exerted. That's nice. I'm part of the problem. Girl, yes. But it's okay, so am I. I remember why I typed this note now. The bestie called this morning. She only interrupted the morning show a little bit. She called while I was delivering the only 2 orders I went out to deliver today. On the way, I was semi-road raging at a presumably white man in a shiny silver Beetle, who was insistent upon ensuring that he stayed in front of me for way longer than he needed to be. I acknowledged my own general growing vitriol and rise in racist rhetoric towards the white peepo. Then I think, well, can you be racist to the majority? Is racism restricted to the minority? I feel like that was a question that got asked and discussed somewhere. Ultimately, I shouldn't be yelling at people with skin color adjectives in front of the rage. That's definitely not compassionate. Whatever that guy is going through, I hope he enjoyed the deliberate cock-blocking time he took while refusing to let me pass him to deliver a purchased order. It's fine. So yeah, I acknowledged I'm part of the problem. I see it as a thing with negative consequences, but the best I can do is acknowledge it as they keep proving my reasoning is sound like several times a day, so it is what it is. Khadija acknowledged being part of the problem after getting riled up about those underlying problems spurred to life as a result of the patriarchy while existing. Patriarchy keeps consistently proving sound reasons for deserving problem admission in descriptive breakdown reasonings. They argue it is essentially the base reason why women are cool with not bringing forth new life into this world. That and well, have you seen this world? Gestures at everything. I mean, I'm grateful it's not any of the 400 years of slavery times, but have you been outside lately? Global warming seems here to stay. Why bring a kid into a literal burning world in modernized, updated slavery? I'm perfectly fine carrying on managing my own minuscule monies without having to calculate the complete financial needs of another human. At least Mugen doesn't need clothes. They also argued a point in relation to living a queer life. Used examples of language that supports it. How for those living the queer lifestyle, it makes sense to want to go against the norm since you're not trying to fit in anyway. I think it's interesting I identify with ace label over celibate label. I mostly really don't think about sex until someone reminds me to think about it. And there's so much other stuff to enjoy about people, especially stranger people, than sex. IDK. That, and I so strongly do not want a kid that I'm willing to just not have that, since that's like the way kids get made in the first place. Underplaying pain. Got a little wild. Got pulled back into some of those exact sacrificial sentiments that have been spat at me throughout various times in our lives. But I think most of us have. It's a kind of a thing that mothers are entitled to spit rage about. Thanks for all the sacrifices. For what it's worth, if I had the choice, I'd have chose to spare her of them. But that's neither here nor there. To be a mother and be consistently reminded of the grief caused by an ungrateful offspring's dismissal of my many sacrifices. Oof. I also sympathize with the mothers. Underplaying pain is incredibly problematic, but also justifiable in so many ways. Day before the holiday at 2 a.m., I checked out a library book. Went searching for it after watching an episode of the QLS podcast. A heartwarming conversation between Amhir and Angela Nissel. They promoted her new book, Good Grief, Pass the Bread, Mom is Dead. I read until 4:30 in the morning, then finished it the evening of the next day. Though it's been years and more time spent living beneath the cloud of the loss of her mother, I wonder how much pain she underplayed throughout the conversation. Maybe it wasn't painful at all. Maybe it always is, but can be adeptly managed now that there's been more practice living with it. I think it's a testament of progression towards how far she's come from the days confined as an inpatient in the mental ward. If her mother's passing did result in her having to return to the hospital for a stay, it's not mentioned in the book. The book is good. I want to do notes about it soon. Wish me luck. Moving on. Something about bringing people into this earth. To know if that's fair to bring another in. Due to my own personal relationship with thoughts on life and such. More big agreeing on this part. I reject the responsibility of bringing another human into this world, knowing there's no real possibility that I'd be helpful enough to teach them how to succeed at living a life of their own. Tonight, I was also reminded about the constant reminder that life is short, and sometimes your ticket gets called through no fault of your own. R.I.P. Nujabes. If the second, third, and fourth reasons I don't want to have children are because of the global warming and financial insecurity and patriarchal cockblocks, and the first remains the ability to maintain my selfishness with my freedom, then well, I suppose this fifth reason is really a subpoint of the first. I don't want to have children because I don't want to navigate living life if they pass before I do. Navigating the loss of a parent is unfathomable. Navigating the loss of a child must be not dissimilar. I selfishly want the freedom to never experience navigating life while simultaneously underplaying the pain of the loss of an offspring. R.I.P. Tay, R.I.P. the miscarriaged. Spinsters, witches, cat ladies. Either can't have kids because no man wants to be with us, care more about cats than children cause that's weird. I think I typed this one because I was intrigued with alluding to the idea that no kid having women who like cats more than human children are seen a smidge differently than no kid having women who have a dog. And there being a possibly a deeper line wherein cats are considered second-rate to dogs since we tend to code them as the feminine. I thought of the bestie when they wrote that theory off as not that deep, you know. Cause the bestie never thinks it's that deep. Women that don't want to have children is witch-like. Witches are often depicted as eating/hating/harming children. Witches are always anti-children, and it is interesting that it's a group of bad bitches that are a little too old, little too single, don't trust them. A spinster is just a single woman capable of generating her own income. People really don't like a single woman, no kids, no man. WTF are you up to? Being broke, mostly. Listening to music. Tapping words on my void site. Wandering around in the abyss. Playing fetch with my Rottweiler. Managing my mood. Being uncomfortable in my own skin. Watching YouTube videos by dope creator artist people. Lurking DJ beat producer streams, from House Shoes to Kev Brown to D-Less to S00NF0RG0TT3N, and new others. Spinster as a legal term for a single woman generating her own income. Naturally devolved into a derogatory term, now here we are. Trend of the rich auntie. Single woman actually happy without having kids. Tracy Ellis has a new show out of her traveling all the places with all the dollars she has, and can write off cause it's a show for work. There are so many reasons I'm not actually happy in my life. Even despite all those prerequisite adjectival qualifiers they mentioned, like wealthy enough to travel and care about clothing. I stumbled across a Bob Marley clip the other day. Someone had asked if he considered himself rich, and the response was something along the lines of, "I have many riches that aren't money." Something like that. If I added a man or a romantic partner, or especially an offspring to this chaos life run, I'm absolutely positive the potential for consistent unhappiness for all parties would increase exponentially. I ought to re-sign up for their Patreon and comment that I'd watch their reviews of their experience watching Tracee Ellis Ross' new show. If that's a thing they want to make content of. Anyway, there have been times in this life I've thoroughly enjoyed living it. Completely on my own and without children. I know I seem to more frequently dwell on the times that I'm not, and maybe that's something I ought to work on. We'll see if it sticks. I think ultimately I've gotten to a point in life where, if other persons are unable of empathizing with my reasoning, then it's not really my position to care about them understanding. I'll carry on living my actually happy life sans children, and they'll go on living their whatever sort of life they're living. I still wish them all the best. Cognitive empathy is difficult, but we need to work on it. I can empathize, cognitively, with someone who wants to have children. Even if I don't understand it, I can listen to them explain, and take them at their word. Would like for people on the other side to do the same. More agree. I think that's what I kinda concluded at in that last paragraph up there. Maybe I should have broke up the thought. Oh well, seems incredibly unhealthy to base your purpose for living on other, especially small humans. IDK, I think this was a thought I had in response to a trigger of something else they had mentioned. Maybe it's my own thought I bring to the bullet list of why I don't want to rear an offspring. Much like I don't want my offspring to understand the concept of their parent not liking them. I don't want my child navigating their own life caught up in the trauma that comes with knowing the only reason your parent is alive is 'cause they're present in their life. Like the childless men who want to be fathers because having a family and offspring to raise will give them some sense of purpose and meaning in life. Like no, don't do that to your kid. Seems like if they don't have a purpose already, then parents could focus on molding themselves into a sufficiently capable human who can thrive even without a family or small child to care for. Being a child and carrying the weight of a parent's purpose is an overload of weight for a child to be burdened with. Living is death by 1,000 paper cuts. Being alive and conscious of it is torture. Living makes me so aware of the fact that I exist, and I could be doing something with this existence. They laid out a horizontal spectrum, where at one end was a woman passionate about her calling as a creative, and at the other end a woman who's passionate about raising and creating a family. They skewed closer to the passionate about profession since a child would cause a lot of pause to the creative artist lifestyle. For this I completely agree. Like, no shade to the women, men, and family folk who can pursue the whole shebang. But also nah, I'm good. I spent the past month and a half pulling my mood back up out from under the rock. I don't want to fathom the difficulty having to do that while masking the debilitation from the offspring. It's not their place to suffer through that. Surely, I'd be a stain upon their innocence without doubt. Ultimately, I think the humans who want to raise children for the responsibility of nurturing a successful life up to, through, and beyond adulthood, then great. Go do that, I wish you the best. But also that's not me, so I may be over here all witchy and childless, and not feeling bad about it at all. Smiley face. Value freedom. Freedom is feeling the fear and doing something anyway. Fear from the Then Times poem. Fear is the light. But essentially this is the felt fear in 2018. And this was the fear come December 2025 after post-process. Look at me. Still with me navigating through all that. Huzzah. Comment below, let me know what you think. I made it to the end of my bullets only 6 hours after finishing the video. I did not in fact comment below to let them know what I think. Cause I didn't want to type a comment this many words in length in that box and find out there's a character cap. There better be a character cap. This is way too many words for a comment. So maybe I just go comment about interest in Tracee Ellis Ross TV show experience content? Yeah. Anyway, video was chewy and I thoroughly enjoyed it all. Always appreciate time spent pulling threads of their thoughts. Edit in stuff and post in bye. End time, 3:59 a.m.